Under the dense, dark canopy of the Ardennes Forest, German senior commanders convene, their faces grim under the weight of the impending battle. Maps are spread across makeshift tables, the lines of attack and defense stark against the rough wood. Snow begins to fall, a silent accomplice, lightly veiling their strategic positions. The flakes settle on shoulders and maps alike, a delicate shroud descending upon their war plans. The forest watches, an ancient, silent witness to the unfolding drama beneath its boughs. Inside the German command tent, General Erich von Manstein dominates the space, his presence commanding attention as he stands before the Eastern Front map. High-ranking officers gather, their expressions a tense mix of anticipation and apprehension as they await their orders. Manstein's finger stabs at the map, highlighting the critical Kursk salient, a network of rivers and forests that will become a battlefield. His voice resonates with authority, laying out the brutal objective with chilling precision. Gentlemen, today we finalize the details of Operation Citadel. Our objective is clear: to encircle and destroy the enemy forces in the Kursk salient. This offensive will cripple the Soviet war machine and pave the way for our ultimate victory in the east. Under a heavy, gray sky, the Ardennes Forest is a frozen labyrinth, its trees cloaked in thick snow. German soldiers trudge wearily through the drifts, their breath misting in the frigid air. Their faces are set, grim masks against the biting cold and the daunting task ahead. Each footstep is a struggle, the deep snow offering little purchase as they advance. The landscape stretches out before them, an endless expanse of white, silent and unforgiving, a relentless march into the heart of winter. Their determination a fragile flame against the overwhelming cold. The cramped German radio station pulsates with the static-laced signal of a propaganda broadcast. An announcer's voice booms, painting a picture of unwavering enthusiasm and a forced optimism about victory in the Ardennes. The air vibrates with the distorted promises of triumph. Maps are pinned haphazardly to the walls, bold lines illustrating exaggerated German advances into the Ardennes. The visual display of propaganda clashes with the grim reality hinted at by the static. The Ardennes Forest looms, a dense, silent observer as German tanks grind along the icy, narrow roads. Their massive forms churn through the frozen landscape, the forest canopy offering a deceptive veil of concealment. The terrain fights back, a relentless challenge to the armored advance. Each rumble echoes through the ancient trees, a stark intrusion upon the winter's quiet. Under a dim, flickering bulb, German soldiers crowd into the barracks, their faces illuminated by the weak light. They huddle around a potbelly stove, seeking warmth against the encroaching cold and uncertainty. Laughter and boisterous chatter fill the smoky air, a fragile shield against their nervous anticipation. Whispers of the coming breakthrough mingle with desperate hopes for victory. Fueled by propaganda and shared delusion, a strange mix of camaraderie and naive confidence hangs heavy in the air, a fleeting moment of unity before the storm. The Ardennes Forest vanishes under a relentless curtain of snow, its depths obscured by the storm's embrace. Ghostly forms emerge from the blizzard German artillery units, their presence as silent as the falling snow. Meticulously, they prepare their positions, the white expanse swallowing their movements, masking their deadly purpose. The weather itself becomes an ally, muffling the sounds of war, concealing the impending storm of steel and fire. Inside the Allied headquarters, American officers huddle around a war table, their faces illuminated by the stark light and the glow of strategic maps. Reports of a potential German offensive are met with dismissive laughter and confident gestures. The rugged Ardennes landscape is deemed impassable, a natural barrier too formidable for any major attack. A sense of complacency settles over the room, fueled by past victories and an underestimation of the enemy's resolve. Unbeknownst to them, the seeds of a devastating surprise are already sown, hidden in the shadows of the dense forest. In the dense Ardennes Forest, German soldiers move with cold precision, constructing a network of roadblocks under the winter sky. Ambush positions are meticulously prepared, each soldier a silent predator blending into the snow-covered landscape. Branches and snow are used to artfully conceal their presence, turning the forest into a deadly trap. The success of their mission hinges on the element of surprise, a silent promise of chaos and conflict amidst the serene forest. Inside the German command tent, the air crackles with tension under the dim glow of a solitary lantern. General von Manstein, his face a mask of resolve, stands tall at the map table, a stern commander in his late 50s. Staff officers huddle around, their expressions mirroring the weight of the impending operation. Von Manstein's pointer strikes the map, a decisive gesture that silences the room. His voice, firm and commanding, cuts through the anticipation. Speed and decisive action are paramount. The fate of the Eastern Front rests on our shoulders, he declares, a heavy burden laid bare. The Ardennes Forest awakens not to birdsong, but to the thunderous roar of German artillery. A serene landscape is instantly transformed into a maelstrom of fire and destruction. Shells scream overhead, tearing through the morning sky. The ground convulses violently, each impact sending tremors through the earth. The offensive has begun, shattering the tranquility of the forest with brutal force. Inside the Allied bunker, an ordinary morning shatters into chaos as the sudden attack catches American soldiers completely off guard. The initial shock gives way to rising panic as soldiers scramble, their faces etched with confusion and disbelief. A wave of uncertainty washes over the bunker as men struggle to make sense of the unfolding catastrophe. Amidst the disorder, a desperate attempt to assess the dire situation begins, each soldier fighting to regain composure. The air crackles with tension as the reality of the assault sinks in, their camaraderie tested in the face of imminent danger. The dense Ardennes Forest, a silent stage for impending conflict. German tanks rumble relentlessly through the undergrowth, their presence a stark violation of the forest's peace. A swift, almost unopposed advance carves a path deeper into the heart of the Ardennes. The forest floor trembles beneath the weight of the armored onslaught, nature yielding to the march of war. Sunlight filters weakly through the trees, casting long, ominous shadows that mirror the advancing threat. An eerie calm settles over the forest, the deceptive quiet before the storm intensifies. Inside the cramped German tank, the commander's voice echoes with unwavering authority, a stark contrast to the claustrophobic space. Through the gunner's sight, the fields of Allied territory stretch out, an open invitation to conquest. Gears grind, and the engine roars as the tank advances, a mechanical beast hungry for dominance. Sweat beads on the commander's brow, a testament to the heat of battle and the intensity of his conviction. Maps are consulted, strategies whispered, and the crew moves as one, a well-oiled machine of war. A glint of fanatical confidence shines in the commander's eyes, the unwavering belief in victory fueling his every command. In the Ardennes Forest, a chaotic retreat unfolds as American soldiers stumble through deep snow, their lines shattered. Panic grips them as the relentless German advance presses on, each step a desperate attempt to escape the onslaught. The biting winter wind howls through the trees, a cruel symphony accompanying their flight. Their movements are clumsy, burdened by heavy gear and heavier hearts, each man fighting to stay ahead of the impending doom. The stark white landscape offers no solace, only a harsh reminder of their vulnerability amidst the unforgiving elements and relentless enemy. Inside the Allied headquarters, American officers move with frantic energy, their faces reflecting deep concern. A desperate attempt to organize a defense fills the room with palpable tension. The air is thick with the weight of their predicament, the officers acutely aware of the immense threat. They grapple with the stark reality of their situation, the urgency pressing down on every decision. German infantry march relentlessly through the Ardennes Forest, their boots crunching on the fallen leaves. Tanks rumble ahead, their imposing presence crushing everything in their path as they advance. Methodically, the soldiers secure the conquered territory, their movements precise and brutally efficient. Pockets of desperate resistance flare up, only to be swiftly and ruthlessly extinguished. Inside the German barracks, a raucous chorus of drunken singing and boisterous laughter fills the night. Soldiers, faces flushed with triumph, raise their overflowing steins high in a jubilant toast. The air is thick with the heady scent of beer and the intoxicating belief that victory is assured. A wave of unrestrained joy sweeps through the room, fueled by the promise of a war soon to be won. American reinforcements surge into the Ardennes Forest, a tide against the relentless German advance. The air crackles with a palpable tension as soldiers scramble for cover, their faces etched with grim determination. The serene forest is shattered by the deafening cacophony of gunfire and explosions. Shouts pierce the smoky air as the front lines erupt into a hellish landscape of chaos and destruction. Hope and dread mingle in the eyes of every soldier as they brace for the onslaught. Inside the Allied bunker, American officers gather, their faces etched with concern as they pore over tactical maps. Radios sputter with static and dire reports, each crackle amplifying the tension in the room. Fingers trace routes, voices rise in heated debate, and urgent commands are barked into the chaos. A haze of cigarette smoke hangs heavy, a grim testament to the relentless German advance. Every gesture, every word, is a desperate gamble to hold their ground against the impending onslaught. Amidst the dense Ardennes Forest, German tanks clash violently with American armored units, the ground trembling under their might. Explosions rip through the ancient trees, scattering earth and splintered wood in a deadly storm. The air is thick with acrid smoke and the metallic tang of burning wreckage, obscuring the battlefield in a haze of destruction. Flames engulf twisted metal, painting the forest floor with an inferno of war. Heavy losses mount on both sides, the forest echoing with the desperate cries of soldiers caught in the brutal crossfire. The chaotic dance of destruction continues, a grim ballet of steel and fire under the impassive gaze of the ancient trees. Inside the cramped German tank, the roar of the engine and the relentless pounding of enemy fire create a deafening symphony of war. The tank commander, face smudged with soot and sweat, barks orders into the intercom, his voice a desperate attempt to maintain control. Seasoned veterans and fresh-faced recruits alike work feverishly, their movements precise and urgent amidst the chaos. Despite the relentless assault, the commander's voice rings with unwavering resolve, a beacon of determination in the metal tomb. Forward! Press forward! We break through today! The tank commander shouts, his words a battle cry against the overwhelming odds. In the frigid Ardennes Forest, American soldiers huddle low, digging foxholes into the frozen earth. Each shovel bites into the ground as they reinforce their positions, a desperate race against time. The air crackles with tension, a silent acknowledgement of the overwhelming odds against them. Grim faces reveal a steely resolve, an unspoken commitment to stand firm. Their eyes reflect a fierce determination, a refusal to yield despite the peril. They will hold their ground, a bulwark against the coming storm. Under the harsh glare of a single lamp, American officers gather, their shadows dancing ominously across a war map. The air is thick with tension and cigarette smoke, each puff a silent testament to the gravity of their situation. Officer One's voice cuts through the smoky haze. We need to slow them down. Buy us some time. Officer 2 retorts grimly. Reinforcements are still days away, his words heavy with the weight of impending conflict. Officer One's determined gaze sweeps across the map, a spark of resolve in his eyes. Then we have to make those days count. The officers huddle closer, their faces a tableau of concern and grim determination against the backdrop of looming war. In the Ardennes Forest, German infantry advances, their boots crushing the frozen earth. The air explodes with gunfire, each shot a stark note in the symphony of war. Grenades burst, sending shockwaves rippling through the skeletal trees. A desperate clash ensues as soldiers from both sides meet in brutal, close-quarters combat. Bayonets glint, reflecting the harsh light of a winter's day. The forest floor transforms into a chaotic canvas of mud, blood, and the grim determination etched on every face. Dust and smoke choke the Allied bunker as the brutal battle rages on. Each earth-shattering blast threatens to bury the American soldiers alive. Debris rains down as they fight tooth and nail, their faces grim and determined. Though heavy casualties mount, their resolve remains unbroken against the relentless German assault. German tanks rumble relentlessly through the Ardennes Forest, their presence a dark omen against the snow-laden landscape. The forest floor trembles under the weight of the advancing armor, the ground scarred by their passage. American lines shatter and buckle, overwhelmed by the brutal force of the mechanized assault. The roar of engines and the clatter of treads fill the air, a symphony of destruction echoing through the trees. Each advancing tank represents a deeper thrust into Allied territory, the situation spiraling towards desperation. Inside the German command tent, cigar smoke hangs heavy in the air as General von Manstein, a rigid figure in his uniform, addresses his officers. Maps bathed in the flickering gaslight reveal the scope of their victory. Von Manstein claps a young officer on the shoulder, his voice resonating with authority. Gentlemen, congratulations on our success. The enemy is routed. His eyes gleam with ruthless ambition as he commands, continue the advance. Press them until they break. In the Ardennes Forest, American reinforcements arrive, their trucks and tanks disrupting the serene blanket of snow. The heavy vehicles churn through the landscape, a stark contrast to the delicate snowflakes falling around them. Fresh troops dismount, their youthful energy, a stark contrast to the weary soldiers they are relieving. The momentum of the battle begins to shift, hope rekindled in the faces of the Allied defense. Sunlight floods the Allied headquarters, casting a determined glow on the faces of American officers amidst a flurry of activity. The air crackles with tension as officers huddle over maps, their fingers tracing routes of counterattack. Communication devices buzz with urgent messages, each call a pulse in the heart of the strategic planning. With focused intensity, they coordinate troop movements, a symphony of calculated precision unfolding. The mission is clear: to drive the Germans back, their faces set with grim resolve. Deep within the Ardennes Forest, American tanks surge forward, their massive forms dwarfed by the towering trees. Cannons roar, unleashing fiery blasts that tear through the dense foliage, signaling the brutal advance. German armored units retaliate with fury, their shells impacting the earth, each explosion a deafening thunderclap. The ground trembles under the relentless barrage, a deadly ballet of steel and destruction unfolding amidst the ancient woods. Flames lick at the sky as the forest becomes a fiery hellscape, the battle raging with unrestrained intensity. Inside the claustrophobic American tank, the air vibrates with tension. The commander's face, a mask of grim determination, reflects the weight of the impending battle. His voice, sharp and commanding, cuts through the metallic confines as he barks orders. He points with resolute purpose towards the distant silhouettes of approaching German tanks. A silent vow hangs in the air, a promise etched in the lines of his face, to halt the enemy's advance. The tank rumbles, a steel beast, poised to defend against the approaching threat. Under the dense canopy of the Ardennes Forest, American soldiers fight relentlessly, their faces grim with determination. Each step forward is a victory hard won, reclaiming territory lost in the brutal winter offensive. Explosions tear through the trees, the air thick with smoke and the acrid smell of gunpowder. The ground is scarred with the marks of battle, a testament to the fierce struggle. A glimmer of hope ignites in the eyes of the soldiers as they sense the tide of battle turning in their favor. With renewed vigor, they press forward, pushing back the German lines with unwavering resolve. Inside the Allied bunker, American soldiers celebrate, their faces streaked with dirt and sweat, a testament to the day's brutal conflict. Empty ration boxes and discarded gear clutter the floor, mingling with the lingering odors of gunpowder and stale coffee. Adrenaline surges through them as they revel in their hard-fought victory, slowing the relentless German advance. A battlefield map, pinned to the wall, reveals the intricate dance of strategic points and desperate lines of defense. The air vibrates with relief and exhaustion, a brief respite before the inevitable return to the front lines. Under a sky thick with smoke, German soldiers retreat through the Ardennes Forest, their lines broken and spirits shattered. The ground trembles with the thunder of relentless fire as they abandon their hard-won territory. Echoes of defeat reverberate through the ancient trees, a symphony of destruction marking the end of their offensive. Disarray reigns as they leave behind the spoils of war, their dreams of conquest dissolving into the forest mist. Inside the dimly lit German command tent, General von Manstein's stern figure is etched with the weariness of battle. He surveys the map spread across the makeshift table, his face a mask of disappointment reflecting recent setbacks. The weight of command settles heavily on his shoulders as he absorbs the gravity of the situation. Straightening, his voice resonates with resolve, cutting through the tense atmosphere. "Dig in," he commands, his words echoing in the confines of the tent. "Defend our positions. We will not yield," General von Manstein declares, his determination unwavering. Under a sky heavy with snow, the Ardennes Forest becomes a theater of war, its silence shattered by the distant rumble of approaching forces. American troops emerge from the snow-laden evergreens, a coordinated counterattack in motion. Tank treads churn through the frozen ground, each movement a declaration of renewed resolve. The staccato bursts of machine gun fire rip through the air, echoing the intensity of the battle as the American forces push back the German lines. Amidst the chaos, a relentless surge forward, reclaiming ground amidst the snow and shadows. Inside the Allied headquarters, American officers gather around a vast table, their focus sharp and intent. A wall-sized map dominates the room, charting the counterattack's progress with meticulous detail. Each pin and marking on the map tells a story of strategic maneuvers and calculated advances. The officers' expressions are etched with confidence, reflecting the belief that victory is within reach. A palpable sense of assurance fills the room, buoyed by the momentum of their strategic advantage. The atmosphere hums with anticipation as they monitor the final stages of the operation, poised for triumph. Amidst the dense Ardennes Forest, German soldiers fight with waning hope, their faces grim with desperation. The relentless American assault crashes against their lines like a furious storm, each moment bringing them closer to collapse. Their defense falters, and the lines that once held firm begin to crumble under the overwhelming pressure. Defeat hangs heavy in the air as the forest echoes with the fading cries of a desperate struggle. The German barracks at night reeks of stale sweat and rising fear, the air heavy with unspoken dread. Flickering light from a lone bulb casts long, dancing shadows across the faces of huddled soldiers. Each man's eyes reflect a deep-seated despair, mirroring the crumbling morale within the claustrophobic space. The distant rumble of American counterattacks grows louder, each explosion a hammer blow against their shattered resolve. Outside, the night sky flashes intermittently, painting brief, stark portraits of terror on their faces. In the Ardennes Forest, American forces advance, pushing relentlessly into the heart of German territory. Each step reclaims ground lost in the brutal offensive, the forest echoing with the sounds of liberation and the fading echoes of conflict. The landscape bears witness to the struggle, scarred by battle yet resilient, mirroring the unwavering resolve of the soldiers. The German offensive, once a formidable threat, is now decisively defeated, its shadow receding as hope dawns over the ravaged land. Weak sunlight pierces the gloom of the Allied bunker, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Exhausted American soldiers, their faces streaked with grime, erupt in cheers, the sound echoing through the concrete walls. They slap each other on the back, a raw display of camaraderie forged in the crucible of battle. Empty ration cans and discarded helmets litter the floor, silent witnesses to the brutal struggle. The air hangs heavy with the acrid scent of gunpowder and the musk of sweat, a testament to their ordeal. A palpable sense of relief washes over them, the weight of the repelled German attack lifting from their shoulders. Amidst the snow-laden Ardennes Forest, German soldiers scatter, their retreat a chaotic dance against the stark white backdrop. Uniforms, once symbols of might, now blend into the wintry landscape as equipment is discarded. Dreams of conquest dissolving into the cold air. The crisp air bites with the echoes of defeat, carrying whispers of broken ambitions across the desolate expanse. Each footstep in the snow marks a step further from victory, a silent testament to the unraveling of a grand design. Inside the German command tent, dim light dances across the canvas, casting long shadows that hint at the weight of decisions. General von Manstein is framed by the makeshift desk, a landscape of maps and scattered documents painting a picture of strategic complexity. The flickering light emphasizes the deep lines etched into von Manstein's face, each groove a testament to sleepless nights and relentless pressure. His eyes, heavy-lidded, reflect the dim light, hinting at the exhaustion that clings to him like a shroud. A palpable sense of weariness hangs in the air, thick with the weight of command and the burden of countless lives. In the depths of his gaze, a dawning realization begins to flicker, casting a new shadow of understanding in grim anticipation. In the Ardennes Forest, victorious American forces stand amidst the aftermath, consolidating their hard-won gains. The landscape bears the scars of battle, a silent testament to the fierce struggle. A palpable sense of relief and triumph washes over the weary soldiers as they secure the area. The battle is over, and the Allies have prevailed, their flags waving proudly against the serene sky. The Ardennes Forest awakens, the rising sun painting the snow-covered landscape with soft hues of pink and gold. Shattered trees and burnt-out vehicles lie half-buried in the snow, stark reminders of the battle that raged. Despite the scars of war, a sense of quiet victory permeates the air, the Allies triumphant amidst the frozen earth. A gentle breeze whispers through the trees, carrying a hopeful song of peace across the ravaged forest. The Ardennes Forest lies in ruins, a battlefield silenced by the end of conflict. American soldiers stand amidst the devastation, their weary figures stark against the ravaged landscape. The weight of war etches deep lines into their faces, each soldier carrying unseen burdens. Triumph is muted, overshadowed by the memory of loss and the grim reality of their surroundings. They are victors, yet the victory feels hollow in the face of such destruction. The forest, once a haven, now bears witness to the brutal cost of freedom. Inside Allied headquarters, commanders huddle around a war table, the scent of tobacco heavy in the air. Maps of battlefields are spread out, each pin a testament to the fierce conflict. The relief is palpable as they discuss the strategic implications of their victory in the Ardennes. The victory stands as a monumental blow to German morale and dwindling resources. Under a somber sky, a line of American soldiers treads carefully through the snow-laden Ardennes Forest. The battlefield lies silent, a white expanse marred by the stark reality of war. With solemn faces, they search for their fallen comrades, each step a heavy tribute. The air is thick with unspoken grief, a poignant memorial etched against the winter landscape. Inside the Allied medical tent, a symphony of suffering fills the air, a palpable testament to the ravages of war. Doctors and nurses move with urgent precision, their faces etched with resolve as they navigate the chaos of the wounded. The moans of the injured blend with the quiet, steely determination of the medical staff, creating a haunting chorus. Each breath is a battle, each touch a beacon of hope amidst the grim reality of the tent. The air hangs heavy with the weight of life and death, a constant reminder of the stakes at hand. Under the cloak of night in the Ardennes Forest, American soldiers find a fragile warmth around flickering campfires. The dancing flames cast eerie shadows, illuminating the weariness etched onto their faces. In hushed tones, they share stories, seeking solace in the shared crucible of war. Each face, a silent testament to the brutality witnessed, reflects the harrowing depths of their shared experience. Inside the German command bunker, tension hangs heavy as officers gather around a table laden with maps and documents. Frustration etches deep lines into their faces, mirroring the crumbling strategy they desperately cling to. The air crackles with unspoken accusations as the weight of failure descends upon them. Voices rise, each officer vying to deflect blame, their words sharp and laced with desperation. A crescendo of recrimination fills the bunker, the echo of defeat reverberating through its concrete walls. The failed offensive casts a long shadow, fueling the bitter discord among the ranks. From the depths of the Ardennes Forest, local civilians emerge, their faces reflecting a fragile blend of hope and lingering fear. Cautiously, they tread back towards their homes, unaware of the devastation that awaits them. Familiar streets are now scarred beyond recognition, a stark testament to the ravages of war. Their villages stand as hollow echoes of the past, their lives irrevocably altered by the brutal conflict. The Allied newsroom pulses with frenetic energy, typewriters clacking and telephones jangling amidst a haze of cigarette smoke. Beneath desk lamps, journalists pore over maps, their faces reflecting a mixture of fatigue and exhilaration. A triumphant banner proclaims, "Allies victorious in Ardennes," underscoring the monumental victory. Fueled by coffee and adrenaline, reporters scramble to file their stories, capturing history in the making. Exhaustion battles elation as the newsroom buzzes with the weight and excitement of momentous news. In the Ardennes Forest, American engineers begin the arduous task of clearing the remnants of battle. Debris removed piece by piece, each action a testament to the effort required for renewal. The engineers work tirelessly, removing unexploded ordnance. Their work stands as a symbol of hope, rebuilding a shattered land piece by piece. Mournful light filters through the stained glass windows, casting a somber glow upon the Allied chapel. Rows of soldiers and grieving family members fill the pews, their heads bowed in silent sorrow. Tears stream silently down some faces, while others stare blankly ahead, lost in their grief. The air hangs heavy with sorrow, a palpable weight pressing down on all present. At the altar, a lone figure stands, a solemn silhouette against the stained glass. Each name read aloud echoes through the hallowed space, a stark reminder of lives lost. Amidst the dense Ardennes Forest, a lone American soldier stands vigil. Before a makeshift grave, etched with silent sorrow, he offers a final salute to his fallen comrade. The wind whispers through the trees, carrying the weight of unspoken grief and loss. In the solemn quiet, The forest holds its breath, honoring the sacrifice of a life given. Within the grim confines of the Allied prisoner camp, captured German soldiers sit, their eyes reflecting defeat. Disappointment and uncertainty are etched deeply into their weary faces, each line telling a story of loss. The heavy silence speaks volumes as the weight of defeat presses down on them. The stark surroundings offer no comfort, only emphasizing their isolation and the stark reality of their situation. Each man is lost in thought, grappling with the implications of their capture and the uncertain future that awaits. Under the gray skies of the Ardennes Forest, American soldiers offer a lifeline to the displaced civilians. Rations and supplies are shared, small acts of kindness amidst the desolation of war. The soldiers' weary faces betray the brutal cost of battle. Their eyes, however, shine with unwavering compassion and solidarity. The civilians, surrounded by the remnants of their shattered homes, accept the offered aid with a mixture of relief and profound sorrow. In this ravaged landscape, humanity flickers amidst the ruins. Inside the Allied war room, maps of Europe stretch across the walls, a mosaic of pins marking the ebb and flow of armies. Allied strategists gather, their faces etched with the weight of command, under a haze of cigarette smoke. Aerial photographs and intelligence reports are spread across the table, each a piece of a deadly puzzle. The air is thick with tension as they dissect the hard-won lessons of the Battle of the Bulge, each word measured and grave. Their voices, low and serious, fill the room as they debate adjustments to tactics, seeking an edge in the campaigns ahead. Every strategy, every decision, hangs heavy with the lives of soldiers and the fate of nations. Amidst the skeletal remains of trees in the Ardennes Forest, sunlight struggles to penetrate the canopy, casting long shadows on the war-torn ground. Children emerge like wildflowers, their vibrant clothing a stark contrast to the gray landscape of destruction. Their laughter peals through the air, an unexpected symphony in the silent theater of war. A young girl chases a tattered kite, her joyful leaps defying the scars of the earth. A boy carefully builds a tower of stones amidst the rubble, each stone a testament to rebuilding. The children's innocent games become a powerful symbol of hope and resilience, a promise of life blooming anew from the ashes of the past. Weak sunlight struggles through lace curtains, casting shadows across the modest German living room. On a worn sofa, a woman sits, her face a canvas of etched worry lines reflecting the hardships of war. Two children play silently on the floor, their wooden toys a stark contrast to the heavy atmosphere. A man enters, his shoulders slumped under the weight of unseen burdens. He clutches a telegram, a harbinger of sorrow that mirrors the countless losses suffered. He hesitates at the threshold, his eyes betraying a deep, unspoken grief. Amidst the war-torn Ardennes Forest, American soldiers begin the arduous task of rebuilding, their figures stark against the ravaged landscape. The sounds of hammering and the roar of heavy machinery echo through the trees, a symphony of reconstruction. Bridges and roads slowly take shape, vital arteries being restored to a wounded land. Each swing of the hammer, each repaired stone, breathes new life into the region, offering a beacon of hope amidst the devastation. In the Allied training camp, new recruits sit, a blend of apprehension and eagerness shining in their eyes. Weathered veterans, faces etched with the harsh realities of the Battle of the Bulge, stand before them. The veterans begin to share their knowledge, each word carrying the weight of survival and sacrifice. Invaluable lessons learned in the brutal conflict echo through the camp. The new recruits absorb every detail, preparing themselves for the challenges ahead. The atmosphere is thick with a sense of duty and the solemn understanding of what it means to be a soldier. Amidst the stark landscape of the Ardennes Forest, American soldiers begin planting new trees, their movements deliberate and hopeful. Each sapling represents a step away from the devastation of battle, a promise of renewal in a war-torn land. The soldiers work in unison, their shared purpose a silent testament to resilience and recovery. The fresh scent of pine fills the air, mingling with the lingering echoes of conflict, as life slowly reclaims its place. Inside the Allied Museum, artifacts stand as silent witnesses to the brutal Battle of the Bulge. Each exhibit is a frozen moment, a preserved memory of soldiers in the Ardennes. Medals gleam under glass, telling tales of valor and sacrifice in a winter war. Uniforms hang, bearing the faded marks of conflict, each thread a testament to lives disrupted. Photographs capture youthful faces, now immortalized in the echoes of a distant battlefield. Tourists meander through the Ardennes Forest, their quiet footsteps reverent on hallowed ground. Sunlight filters through the dense canopy, casting dancing shadows that evoke memories of the past. Before weathered monuments, faces etched with solemn respect, they pause to honor the fallen. A gentle breeze whispers through the trees, carrying the weight of history and sacrifice. In the German history class, rows of students are focused on the projector screen. A strategic map of the Battle of the Bulge details the offensive's key points. The professor gestures, his voice a calm murmur against the quiet rustle of papers. The scene depicts the human and strategic costs of war. Attentive faces glow in the light of the lecture. The atmosphere in the classroom is intense. In the heart of the Ardennes Forest, a solemn stone memorial rises against the backdrop of ancient trees. Sunlight filters through the canopy, casting long shadows that dance across the memorial's weathered surface. Etched into the stone are the names of soldiers, each one a silent testament to sacrifice and valor. The memorial stands as a lasting tribute to those who fought and fell in the Battle of the Bulge, their memory forever enshrined in stone. The air is still, the only sound the gentle rustling of leaves as the forest keeps its silent vigil over the fallen. Sunlight floods a spacious hall, illuminating swirling dust motes and the hushed murmur of aged voices. Veterans of the Battle of the Bulge gather in small groups, their uniforms and medals bearing silent testimony to battles fought and won. Laughter mixes with somber nods as shared stories weave through the air, each word a thread in the tapestry of their collective memory. Old photographs circulate, igniting sparks of remembrance, each image a portal to a past both cherished and scarred. In the heart of the Ardennes, a lone bugler stands silhouetted against the ancient trees. His instrument gleams, poised to release a lament that will pierce the solemn air. The first notes of taps ascend, each one a poignant reminder of sacrifice and loss. The mournful melody weaves through the forest, a ghostly echo for the fallen. Silence descends as the last note fades, leaving only the whisper of wind through the trees in its wake. Grainy archival footage displays the brutal reality of the Battle of the Bulge on a large screen. Soldiers fight through deep snow and biting cold, their faces grim with determination. Tanks rumble relentlessly across the frozen landscape, their heavy treads churning through the snow. Explosions erupt, momentarily illuminating the bleak winter sky with flashes of fire and destruction. Sunlight filters through the dense canopy of the Ardennes Forest, casting dappled shadows on a winding path. A group of hikers pauses, their figures small against the backdrop of towering trees and rolling hills. Their eyes sweep across the ancient landscape, drinking in the serene atmosphere of the forest. A profound sense of peace settles over them as they become one with the stillness of the woods. Sunlight floods the Allied library, casting a golden glow over endless rows of books. Each shelf is a repository of history, filled with accounts and analyses of the Battle of the Bulge. Patrons are absorbed in their reading, their faces lit by the quiet pursuit of knowledge. The air is still, heavy with the weight of untold stories and forgotten sacrifices. Each book is a vessel, preserving the echoes of a conflict that shaped the world. The library stands as a beacon of remembrance, a solemn tribute to the lessons of war. In the heart of the Ardennes Forest, a lone artist sets up his easel, ready to capture the scene before him. His eyes scan the landscape, taking in the tranquil beauty of the woods juxtaposed against the silent echoes of past battles. With meticulous care, he begins to paint, his brushstrokes bringing to life the forest's serene facade. Each stroke is deliberate, striving to capture the subtle yet profound tragedy etched into the very fabric of the land. The canvas slowly transforms, a poignant reflection of nature's resilience amidst the haunting memories of war. On the stage of the Allied theater, the Battle of the Bulge erupts in a vivid spectacle of historical reenactment. Actors in period uniforms bring to life the harrowing combat and camaraderie of soldiers in the Ardennes. The meticulously crafted set evokes the harsh winter landscapes and war-torn towns, immersing the audience in the past. Gunfire and explosions echo through the theater, amplifying the intense and unforgettable performance. Sunlight dapples through the dense canopy of the Ardennes Forest, casting an ethereal glow upon the memorial. School children stand in hushed reverence, their young faces reflecting the gravity of the hallowed ground. Long shadows stretch across the memorial as the teacher speaks, her voice resonating with the weight of history and the promise of peace. The solemn silence is broken only by the rustling of leaves, a poignant reminder of lives lost and lessons learned. Inside the Allied Art Gallery, the air is thick with unspoken stories of courage and loss. Each painting captures the raw emotions of soldiers who fought in the Battle of the Bulge, their expressions frozen in time. Sculptures stand as silent monuments, each curve and angle echoing the harrowing experiences of war. The gallery is a poignant expression of human resilience amidst the brutal realities of conflict. Sunlight paints the forest floor in shifting patterns of light and shadow, a vibrant tapestry woven through the dense canopy of the Ardennes. In a serene clearing, a makeshift altar blooms with wildflowers, a fragile testament to beauty amidst the war's lingering scars. A young couple stands hand in hand, their faces radiant with love, ready to exchange vows that promise a future unburdened by the past. Their voices, soft yet resolute, carry on the gentle breeze, each word a delicate echo resonating within the ancient trees. Their eyes meet, reflecting a shared dream of hope and renewal, a silent promise to nurture their bond in the heart of the forest. The forest itself seems to hold its breath as nature blesses this union, a vibrant symbol of life's enduring strength. Sunlight floods the common room, illuminating the silent stories etched on the faces of aged veterans. Dust motes dance in the golden light, a silent ballet accompanying the tales of bravery. A circle of weathered faces, some framed by wheelchairs, others by canes, gathers to share memories of courage. Wrinkled hands clasp, each gesture a chapter in the chronicles of sacrifice and resilience. The room is filled with a quiet reverence, a living memorial to a past, forged in valor and etched in time. Sunlight dapples through the canopy of the Ardennes Forest, illuminating a scene of quiet dedication. Volunteers move with purpose, their figures weaving between the trees as they gather discarded trash. Each piece of rubbish they collect is a testament to their commitment to preserving the forest's natural beauty. The air is filled with the rustling of leaves and the soft sounds of their labor, a harmonious blend of nature and effort. Their collective actions transform the landscape, restoring the pristine allure of the Ardennes. Inside the Allied Town Hall, sunlight pierces through large windows, casting long shadows across the anxious faces of local residents. Dust motes dance in the sunbeams, illuminating the gravity of the meeting. The weight of history settles upon their shoulders as they gather, united by a common purpose. Their expressions are etched with a shared determination to preserve the memory of the Battle of the Bulge. Each face tells a story of resilience, loss, and the unwavering spirit of a community bound by its past. Under a vast sky, the Ardennes Forest stands silent, a solemn stage for memories. A lone American flag ripples in the breeze, its colors vivid against the muted greens and browns of the landscape. It stands as a testament to freedom, a poignant symbol of sacrifice etched against the horizon. The wind whispers through the trees, carrying echoes of courage and loss across the hallowed ground. In a packed lecture hall, the professor's voice commands attention as he stands at the lectern. A map of Europe looms large behind him, key locations in the Ardennes highlighted with ominous precision. Students fill the hall, a sea of faces reflecting varying degrees of focus and concern. The weight of the impending conflict hangs heavy in the air, palpable even within the walls of academia. In the Ardennes Forest, birdwatchers stand as silent sentinels, their muted greens and browns blending seamlessly with the ancient trees. Sunlight pierces the dense canopy, casting an ethereal glow upon the forest floor, where shadows dance in silent reverence. Binoculars rise in unison, each searching gaze drawn to the melodies echoing through the woods, secrets carried on the wind. The air is alive with unseen wings and unheard whispers, a sanctuary of solace found in the heart of nature's embrace. Sunlight floods the Allied Museum, highlighting a new exhibit dedicated to the Battle of the Bulge. Rare artifacts gleam within glass display cases, a worn helmet bearing silent testament to a soldier's sacrifice. A tattered flag, its colors faded yet defiant, stands as a symbol of resilience amidst the ravages of war. A soldier's diary lies open, its handwritten entries whispering tales of courage and hardship. Informational panels share personal stories, each one a poignant reminder of the human cost of conflict. The exhibit breathes life into history, offering visitors a glimpse into the trials and triumphs of the Battle of the Bulge. Sunlight filters through the dense canopy of the Ardennes Forest, casting dappled shadows on the winding path below. A group of cyclists pedals along, their figures small against the backdrop of towering trees and vibrant green foliage. They breathe deeply, savoring the fresh air and the tranquility of the ancient forest. Their voices drift on the breeze, discussing the history of the area and the echoes of past conflicts that linger among the trees. Inside Allied Film Studio, a meticulously recreated Battle of the Bulge set springs to life under the bright studio lights. Actors in period-accurate uniforms trudge wearily through artificial snow, their faces etched with determination. Explosions bloom dramatically in the simulated battlefield, the air thick with smoke and the echoes of conflict. Through a megaphone, the director's voice cuts through the chaos, guiding the epic scene. The energy of filmmaking crackles in the air, transforming history into a vivid cinematic experience. Sunlight pierces the dense canopy of the Ardennes Forest, painting the mossy ground with shifting shadows. A silent procession of photographers winds through the ancient trees, their gear a stark contrast to the natural world. Cameras click and whir, capturing fleeting moments of light and shadow on the forest floor. Each photographer carefully frames their shot, preserving the delicate beauty of a wildflower in bloom. The lens focuses on the intricate bark of an old tree, each groove telling a silent story of time and resilience. They work in harmony, preserving the forest's beauty for a future that may never witness its untouched splendor. Sunlight floods the classroom, casting a warm glow on the young students, diligently bent over their desks. Crayons dance across paper, bringing to life scenes of the Battle of the Bulge as envisioned by youthful minds. Tanks rumble in vibrant colors across fields of white, a child's depiction of war's harsh reality. Tiny soldiers huddle in crayon-drawn foxholes, their faces reflecting the somber mood of sacrifice. Explosions burst across the winter sky in a kaleidoscope of color, a testament to the children's understanding and appreciation. A lone hiker treads along a winding path, sunlight filtering through the dense canopy of the ancient Ardennes Forest. Pausing, I am enveloped by the serene beauty. The air crisp and clean, with the scent of pine and damp earth. My gaze sweeps across the landscape, a silent acknowledgement of the forest's timeless grandeur, imagining echoes of historical events that unfolded here. The weight of the past settles upon the tranquil scene. Inside the Allied Veterans Hospital, a doctor's focused attention centers on a veteran, a silent testament to battles fought long ago. With practiced hands, the doctor tends to medical needs, adjusting an IV drip with a gentle precision that speaks volumes. Beyond medical treatment, a comforting word escapes the doctor's lips, a soothing balm for unseen wounds. A gentle touch conveys the unspoken, emotional care that transcends physical healing, offering solace to a weary soul. Sunlight dapples the snow-laden ground of the Ardennes Forest, its dense canopy casting long, eerie shadows. A semicircle of young scouts, muffled in winter gear, stand with faces etched with curiosity and a hint of apprehension. Their weathered leader, his eyes kind yet knowing, gestures towards a subtle depression in the landscape. He speaks of the Battle of the Bulge, his words conjuring images of bravery amidst the harsh winter's relentless grip. The scouts listen intently, their frosty breaths clouding the frigid air, absorbing the profound weight of history. An unspoken reverence fills the air as they collectively contemplate the courage and sacrifice that permeates these silent, snow-covered woods. Sunlight pierces through the stained glass windows, casting vibrant hues across the silent, hallowed space. Rows of soldiers fill the pews, their weary faces reflecting a blend of exhaustion and quiet reverence. The chaplain's voice echoes through the church, resonating with strength and solemnity. The Battle of the Bulge tested our courage, our resolve, and above all, our faith, the chaplain proclaims, his words filling the hearts of those gathered. In the Ardennes Forest, sunlight dapples through the canopy, illuminating a weathered memorial. A lone American soldier stands in solemn silence, his figure a stark contrast against the ancient trees. He gazes intently at the names etched into the stone, each one a silent testament to sacrifice. His face, etched with respect and sorrow, is framed by the dappled shadows of the forest. With a gesture of profound reverence, he removes his helmet, the metal gleaming softly in the light. The helmet is held respectfully at his side, a poignant symbol of remembrance and honor. The conference room buzzes with intellectual fervor, round tables draped in white linen beneath the bright lights. Historians, a diverse assembly of minds, fill the room, their animated discussions creating a palpable energy. Microphones stand poised, ready to capture the flow of academic debate and historical insights. A large screen illuminates the space, projecting maps of the Battle of the Bulge, a focal point of study and analysis. The air vibrates with the low hum of scholarly exchange, a symphony of voices dissecting the past. Each historian's face reflects a deep engagement with history, their expressions a blend of curiosity and respect for the events unfolding on screen. Sunlight dapples through the thick canopy of the Ardennes Forest, illuminating a scene of artistic endeavor amidst nature's grandeur. Scattered among the ancient trees, a diverse group of artists, young and old, are deeply engrossed in their crafts. Some sketch furiously in notebooks, capturing the essence of their surroundings with each stroke. Others sculpt with clay, their hands shaping raw emotion into tangible forms, the scent of pine and damp earth filling the air. Rusted helmets and shattered vehicles, grim relics of the Battle of the Bulge, punctuate the landscape. Each artist works with intense focus, their faces etched with a mixture of concentration and raw emotion, drawing inspiration from the forest's somber history. Inside the Allied Community Center, a town hall meeting buzzes with anticipation. Citizens gather, their expressions earnest, united by a common purpose: to shape the future of the memorial. The weight of history hangs in the air as they convene to discuss the preservation of the Battle of the Bulge's legacy. A palpable sense of duty fills the room, each individual committed to honoring the past. In the Ardennes Forest, a somber memorial stands beneath the open sky. A lone American flag droops at half-mast, a stark emblem of loss against the wooded backdrop. The silence of the forest amplifies the solemn remembrance of those who have perished. The flag ripples softly in the breeze, a poignant reminder of sacrifice and sorrow. The Allied Museum archive stretches into the distance, a sea of desks laden with maps, documents, and artifacts. Historians young and old, their faces lit by focused desk lamps, meticulously pore over the fragments of the past. Each photograph examined, each letter translated, each uniform carefully handled, breathes life into the silent stories. The scent of aged paper fills the air, a constant reminder of the heavy weight of the Battle of the Bulge and its enduring legacy. Sunlight dapples through the dense canopy of the Ardennes Forest, casting long shadows on the silent ground. A group of tourists move slowly through the trees, their hushed voices echoing softly in the vast expanse. They pause, their faces somber as they read of fierce battles on historical markers. The air hangs heavy with the weight of history, a palpable sense of sacrifice lingering among the trees. A tour guide gestures towards a field, his expression grave as he recounts the stories of courage and loss. The somber landscape whispers tales of war, a silent testament to the price of freedom. Sunlight floods the Allied University seminar room, illuminating the dust motes swirling in the air. Around a large, polished table, students pore over maps and documents, their faces etched with concentration. The weight of history hangs heavy in the air as they analyze the details of the Battle of the Bulge. Books and papers are scattered across the table, evidence of intense study and heated debate. Each student is lost in thought, piecing together the events of the past with focused intensity. The room buzzes with intellectual energy, a collective effort to understand the complexities of war. In the Ardennes Forest, a lone American soldier stands before a weathered memorial, a silent sentinel amidst the ancient trees. His gaze sweeps across the dense, historic landscape, absorbing the profound significance of the ground beneath him. The air hangs still, heavy with the whispers of battles past and sacrifices made. Sunlight filters through the forest canopy, painting dappled shadows on the soldier's face, etching the weight of history into his features. He stands in solemn reflection, a solitary figure embodying remembrance and respect. In a room steeped in history, veterans of the Battle of the Bulge gather around a scarred wooden table, their faces etched with memories. Faded photographs and tattered flags bear silent witness to battles fought and sacrifices made, each a poignant reminder of their shared past. The air is thick with camaraderie as they share stories of courage and loss. Their voice is a testament to resilience. United by their shared experiences, they work tirelessly to ensure their collective history remains alive, a beacon of remembrance for generations to come. Sunlight dapples the forest floor of the Ardennes. A group of hikers moves through the trees. They walk in companionable silence, each lost in thought as birds sing from unseen branches. The air is crisp and clean, carrying the scent of pine and damp earth. Their footsteps are soft on the path, a gentle rhythm in the vast stillness. Each step echoes a silent tribute to the sacrifices made on this ground. The forest, a living memorial, stands as a testament to history and remembrance. Sunlight floods the Allied Museum gift shop, illuminating dust motes and polished helmets as visitors browse. Fingers trace the cold steel of miniature tanks, each a silent monument to history. Shelves overflow with books about the Battle of the Bulge, their covers promising stories of courage and loss. The air, a blend of old paper and new plastic, carries the weight of remembrance. Faces, etched with solemnity and curiosity, reflect on the conflict's enduring significance. In the vast expanse of the Ardennes Forest, a solitary American flag flutters, a vivid symbol against the somber landscape. The flag waves resolutely, a testament to freedom earned through sacrifice. Sunlight filters through the trees, casting long shadows that dance around the base of the memorial. The wind whispers through the forest, carrying echoes of battles fought and lives given. The scene is a poignant reminder of courage and the enduring spirit of liberty. In a hushed history class, students watch intently as images flicker across the projector screen. Maps of the Battle of the Bulge appear, starkly illustrating the brutal winter conditions. Historical photos reveal the strategic importance and devastating cost of the battle. The narrator's voice fills the room, resonating with the weight of history. The Battle of the Bulge was a crucial turning point, a stark reminder of the cost of conflict. Faces in the classroom reflect a somber understanding of past sacrifices and the fragility of peace. The narrator's words echo, emphasizing a solemn duty. It underscores the importance of preserving peace and protecting freedom for generations to come. Sunlight filters through the dense canopy of the Ardennes Forest, casting dappled shadows across a clearing. A group of artists is deeply engrossed in their work, each capturing the essence of the Battle of the Bulge through their chosen medium. Faces etched with focus and emotion, they sketch, sculpt, and paint, transforming the forest floor into a vibrant studio. The air is filled with the quiet intensity of creation, each piece a testament to memory and art. Inside the Allied Community Center, a town hall meeting buzzes with earnest discussion. Residents gather, their faces reflecting a shared concern for the future of the memorial. The weight of history hangs in the air, a solemn reminder of the Battle of the Bulge. The community unites, determined to preserve the stories etched in time. In the somber Ardennes Forest, a lone American flag hangs heavy, a poignant tribute to fallen heroes. The flag flies at half-mast, its silent sorrow echoing through the trees. Sunlight filters through the canopy, casting long shadows across the memorial. The stillness of the forest amplifies the weight of remembrance. A solemn scene of respect and mourning amidst the ancient woods. Within the Allied Museum archive, historians are surrounded by the echoes of the past, their focused gazes fixed on aged documents. Recovered artifacts from the Battle of the Bulge are meticulously examined under the soft glow of archival lamps. Each historian works with solemn dedication, seeking to preserve the legacy of a conflict that shaped history. The air is thick with the scent of old paper and untold stories, each artifact whispering secrets of courage and sacrifice. Faces are illuminated by the warm light, reflecting the weight of history and the importance of their task. They are silent guardians of memory, ensuring that the lessons of the past are never forgotten. Sunlight dapples through the dense canopy of the Ardennes Forest, casting an ethereal glow upon the silent group of tourists. They stand motionless, captivated by the guide's solemn words amidst the towering trees. Weathered monuments rise from the forest floor, stark reminders of the brutal battles that once echoed through these woods. Historical markers stand as silent witnesses, each bearing the weight of untold sacrifices and forgotten heroes. The air hangs heavy with the somber resonance of history, a palpable testament to the forest's haunting past. Sunlight floods the seminar room, casting long shadows across the earnest faces of students absorbed in historical analysis. Maps of the Battle of the Bulge sprawl across the tables, battle lines etched in ink mirroring the intensity in their eyes. The air hums with the low thrum of academic debate, a symphony of hushed voices dissecting strategy and consequence. Gestures slice through the air as arguments flare, each student a general in their own mind, reliving the desperate conflict. Historical texts, dog-eared and underlined, bear silent witness to the relentless pursuit of understanding. A palpable energy fills the room, the weight of history pressing down on their young shoulders as they grapple with the past. In the Ardennes Forest, a lone American soldier stands in solemn silence at the memorial. His face is etched with sorrow and respect, a testament to the weight of history. He gazes out at the vast landscape, an endless sea of trees stretching to the horizon. Lost in thought, he contemplates the significance of this hallowed ground. The air is still, the forest holding its breath as the soldier pays his respects. In a wood-paneled room, sunlight floods through the windows, casting a warm glow on a gathering of veterans. Dust motes dance in the air, illuminated by the sun, as the veterans, survivors of the Battle of the Bulge, settle into their mismatched chairs. Some are in wheelchairs, others lean heavily on canes, their bodies bearing the marks of time and war. Etched with years and untold stories, their faces reflect the shared weight of memories forged in battle. In the Ardennes Forest, hikers tread softly on fallen leaves, the only sound in the solemn woods. Sunlight filters through the dense canopy, painting the forest floor with an ethereal, shifting light. They pause, gazing up at the towering trees, their faces reflecting awe and remembrance. Silent reverence fills the air, a tribute to sacrifices made, etched in every gaze. Sunlight floods the Allied Museum gift shop, illuminating dust motes above shelves lined with historical artifacts. Visitors wander through the aisles, their fingers lingering over miniature tanks and spines of aged books. The scent of paper and old wood fills the air, evoking a solemn reverence for the past. Battle of the Bulge memorabilia stands silently displayed, each piece a testament to history. In the heart of the Ardennes Forest, a solitary American flag ripples in the breeze, a poignant testament to freedom's cost. The flag stands sentinel above the memorial, its colors vivid against the somber green of the ancient woods. Each gust of wind seems to whisper tales of valor and loss, carrying the scent of pine and earth. The flag's shadow dances across the stone, a spectral reminder of sacrifices made in this hallowed ground. Sunlight filters through the canopy, illuminating the stars and stripes with a reverent glow. The silent forest echoes with the memory of battles fought, a timeless tribute to courage and sacrifice. The Ardennes Forest lies still, a blanket of pristine snow covering its ancient trees. The silence is profound, broken only by the soft whisper of the wind through the snow-laden branches. Beneath the serene surface, the land remembers the echoes of fierce battles. Each snow-covered rise and valley is a silent witness to the courage and sacrifice of those who fought here. The stark beauty of the winter landscape serves as a solemn memorial. The forest stands as a lasting testament, its quiet dignity a powerful reminder of history.